welcome to Let's Go Racing. I'm Dani Gibson. I'm here with Dick Jerardi. We have a great show today. We're going to show you all the big winners from our 2024 Horsemen's Awards Banquet. Parx horses were dominant down in Laurel Park at their stakes, and we have some big Smarty Jones news. We're also on the Kentucky Derby Trail at Fairgrounds and Sunland Park. All these stories on today's show. But the big news is some breaking news for Smarty Jones.
Indeed, Dani, it was just announced that for the first time, Smarty Jones is a finalist for the Hall of Fame. He'll be on the big ballot where 150 voters vote. He needs half of those voters to get into the Hall of Fame. It's a committee that decides that, and for the first time, the committee, of which I'm now a proud member, voted to put Smarty Jones on the final ballot.
That is excellent and well-deserved. I know he's been in the Hall of Fame in our hearts, but now, rightfully so, where he belongs, people will get to vote for him, and I certainly hope they do.
Yeah, and Pat Chapman was thrilled when I called to let her know. It was supposed to be a little bit of a secret, but I thought she could know about it before anybody else. She was the first person I told.
Hey, this horse has done so much for just our state here in Pennsylvania for horse racing, and well-deserved that he's finally a conversation, and great job, good work.
Yeah, no, I'm glad the committee, enough of the committee members agreed with my point of view, and he's in. And now all we ever wanted was for the voters to decide. Get him on the ballot, let the voters decide whether he belongs or not.
Oh, well, looking forward to hearing more about this. Well, we had our 2024 Horsemen's Awards Banquet. It's celebrations right here in Bensalem last week, and it was a really great night. We started off with a cocktail hour. We had a wonderful meal, and it was awesome to see everybody come together from the racetrack and get to do something fun away from the horses.
It's always a big night. I've had to miss the last 2 years because of basketball. This one I was trying to make it, but there was ice and snow in State College, and I said, it's probably not a good idea to drive in at nighttime doing this, but sorry I missed it, but I heard it was great. And again, all the major players from this track, and celebrated another phenomenal year. I mean, really the only person and horse we missed from there was, where's Torpedo Anna and Candy McPeak, but they don't get Parx awards, and you need to be here at Parx and race a bunch of times, but it was always nice to have the horse of the year here last year.
Well, Jeff Maddie, Joe Wilson, and Bob Hutt kick us off. Here's more with them.
On behalf of the entire PTHA, Parx Racing, Joe Wilson, we couldn't be more proud to host you guys tonight. This is a night every year we look forward to, celebrating the milestones, celebrating the victories, celebrating the outstanding achievements. I think I speak for our entire office. It's not just nights like this, but it's also every single morning we come to work. We have a trainer that wins a race, smaller operation, mid-size operation, larger operation, just seeing the joy on their face from winning a race, how it takes an entire village to get that horse to the winner's circle. Those are the achievements we celebrate every single day. So, on behalf of all of us, thank you. We are so proud to represent you. Myself, our president, Bob Hutt, the board of directors, we have a great horsemen's group. We might not always agree, we might disagree, but I think at the end of the day, the horse is the one thing that brings us all together.
I'd also like to acknowledge Joe Wilson. We've been having very nice discussions, and hopefully we're going to have some very, very nice announcements in a month or so, which will affect everybody at Parx on the backstretch. And I'd also like to acknowledge my partner in crime, John Julia, who is working feverishly with Joe Wilson and a large internet company to try to get Wi-Fi on the backstretch for all our help that spend evenings in their dormitories, so to make their life a little bit better.
We've given out a lot of awards tonight to the winners. As far as I'm concerned, everybody in this room is a winner. The hard work, perseverance, love for this game is unparalleled. Give yourselves a big hand, please.
And there's our Parx and PTHA leadership coming together to set the tone for the night.
It's a cool night for the horsemen and all the folks from the racetrack get together and celebrate 2024.
Well, let's see who our winners are. And we are going to start with our 2-year-old female. Kicking it off with us is Bruce Casella.
The finalists for 2-year-old female horse of the year are 5 Aside, Hollywood Beauty, Honorable Win.
And the winner is PA bred and PA sired, Honorable Win.
Those that didn't guess, I'm not Kate DeMasi. Been with Peter Stable for over 25 years. I enjoy the people, I enjoy the experiences. I've also learned a lot about racing, the ups and the downs, and I give a lot of credit to you guys who do this all the time for a living. You guys are amazing. So thanks a lot on behalf of the Computer Stable.
An honor roll win was so impressive. I mean, 3 stakes races, 2 wins, many different surfaces, and I'm looking forward to see her for a 3-year-old year.
Yeah, for sure. And I remember when we talked to Kate, 30th of December, and she said it's not often a plan that you have for months comes together exactly like you hope, and this time it did.
The 2-year-olds are so exciting. Now is our 2-year-old male. Here are the nominees for the finalists.
The finalists for 2-year-old male horse of the year are Fenton Forever, Global Steve, The Boys Warrior,
And the winner is? Little suspense. Global Steve.
I'd just like to thank, especially back at the barn, all the help, the grooms, the exercise riders, the assistants, and especially my wife. Everybody played a big part in this horse's success, and hopefully he'll have a good year this year.
And Global Steve for our friends with LC Racing, and Cash is King for Butch Reed. Look, a promising 3-year-old now, and I know they have big hopes for this guy.
Yeah, 2 races here were both dazzling. Now, the 3-year-old debut up in the Withers didn't work out so well, but he's got a good, nice future in front of him.
Yeah, he really does. And they're thinking maybe even turf in the future.
There you go. I think that's what Butch was talking about. He thinks there's all kinds of possibilities for Global Steve.
Well, looking forward to our 2 2-year-olds. Congratulations to them. We're going to have more from our banquet on the other side after this break.
I did, even though I'm a priest, I did put a bet on a horse to come in at 10-1, and it did, but unfortunately all the others came in at 12:30. So, I mean,
It's happening again. Those missed tackles are starting to stack up. Your friends pleading with players who can't hear them, sweating it out week after week, but not you. Why? Because whether they score or not, there's always another way to win on the Parx app. New casino users score up to $1,000 bonus back in their first 24 hours.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Here's more from our Horsemen's Awards Banquet. We're getting into our 3-year-olds. Here's our 3-year-old female, more with Bruce Casella.
The finalists for 3-year-old female horse of the year are Corona Campione, Irish Maxima, Jeannie Marie.
If you were watching at Laurel today, I think you know who won. Let's hear it for Irish Maxima.
I'd like to thank John Service because he's the man. Believe me, he is a really special guy in my family. And go Birds! Go Birds!
On the road to victory. E-A-T-L-E-S-E-O.
Irish Maxima, and boy, were her owners fired up. So much green that evening. I even wore a green dress, but lots of Eagle spirit.
Yeah, it was some day for the Irish Maxima folks. Not only this award, but we're going to see her running down at Laurel, and that worked out pretty well, too.
How cool was that? They were having so much fun. Well, now it's time for our 3-year-old male. Here's Bruce with the finals.
The finalists for 3-year-old male horse of the year are Bucarino, Trapline, Maximus Meridius.
And the winner is Maximus Meridius.
Again, thanks so much, and I just can't say enough to all the owners out there for supporting our sport in a little bit of a tough time, but it's all great that you came out tonight. Thank you so much.
And Maximus Meridius, another son of Maximus Mischief. He had 2 winners at our awards banquet so far. How cool is that? But boy, he's on a roll for the year so far.
He is on a roll. He finished last year with a stakes win, the Gravesend, started this year in the toboggan, and talking to Butch, I mean, he's got a long-range goal to that Breeders' Cup Sprint at Del Mar.
Yeah, we have all our hopes on Maximus Meridius. Congratulations to him and Irish Maxima. Now let's get to some national races. We're going down to Laurel Park for the Barbara Fritchie Stakes. Fillies and mares going 7 furlongs, $200,000. And our 3-year-old champ, Filly, is our favorite, Irish Maxima.
Heavy favorite at 3-10. Irish Maxima just laid over the field. If she comes back to real, certain her last race when she got 101 by her, they have no chance.
She's contending with second choice St. Benedict's Prep.
St. Benedict's Prep, Linda Rice coming down from New York. Yeah, and let's see what she can do.
Well, here it is. Here's the call of the Barbara Fritchie.
Irish Maxima, the odds-on favorite, leading the way on the good going from Royal Spa, now closest in attendance in second, and St. Benedict's Prep sent along third position on the inside, up close too. And it's another two back, and it's Mary Q and I'm a Cutie Pie trailing the field. Opening quarter quick 23.14 seconds, but Irish Maxima moves right along into the far turn, half mile out from the line. Royal Spa, St. Benedict's Prep giving chase of the pacemaker, and the outside is Mary Q is racing in fourth about the 2 or 3 path, and I'm a Cutie Pie trails the field. 3 furlongs left to go. Irish Maxima doing it well by 2 lengths and a half and 46.55. St. Benedict's Prep hustled along there on the inside from second, and Royal Spa is third as they turn in. I'm a Cutie Pie and Mary Q. Top of the stretch now, Irish Maxima has to quicken up and does so willingly by 4, almost 5 lengths. Royal Spa, St. Benedict's Prep head in a nice race for second with a furlong left to go. Irish Maxima kept to task here with a 4-length lead. St. Benedict's Prep and Royal Spa nose and nose for second, but Irish Maxima too quick early, too much late.
Irish Maxima just too much for them. Look, she tried to give herself a head start. She kind of popped through the gate at the beginning, but it was no worries. She composed herself and just had a beautiful race, always in command.
Look, the Barbara Fritchie has a great history down at Laurel. I mean, there's some really good horses. Irish Maxima is a really, really good horse. You can make a case she's as good as any horse on the backstretch here at Parx.
She has been really exciting and really coming into her own. John Service with a really nice 3-year-old filly. Well, we're going to stay down at Laurel Park. This is the John B. Campbell Stakes, and mile and an eighth, $100,000. And our favorite is Hit the Road Jack. Gotta like that name.
You gotta like any horse with the name of Hit the Road Jack.
And Speediness, second choice. This is a homebred for Jamie Ness and Super C Racing. Speediness, gotta love that name.
And loves Laurel, 6 wins and 14 lifetime starts at Laurel Park.
And boy, he was speedy. Here's the John B. Campbell.
Speediness up top from Awfully Cool. Speediness, 3 parts of a length from Awfully Cool for an opening quarter, 24.74. Deposition parked on the inside, third position. Then to the outside, we have Catalina Strike, who's moving up in the clear into third. Deposition back and forth. Wild Vine is placed in between horses, ridden along for a little more. They'll play catch up with the pacemakers now. Here's Wild Vine splitting horses, just maybe shading into third, but Speediness still to catch. Back of the pack are still Hit the Road Jack and Brilliant Ice trailing the field. Into the far turn run. Speediness from Awfully Cool by a half length. Wild Vine has worked clearly into third position. Deposition, then Catalina Strike. Hit the Road Jack on the outside, 3 wide with 3 furlongs left, and Brilliant Ice trailing the field. Midpoint of the final turn. Speediness stubborn on the lead from Awfully Cool, trying to get by right now as they quicken away from Wild Vine. Hit the Road Jack moving on the outside, just into third. They reach the top of the stretch. Speediness, the speed is sticking. Speediness cuts that corner, opens up 3 lengths. Awfully Cool now driven second, but just at an even pace. Speediness, no signs of stopping. Speediness by 3 from Awfully Cool. Then Hit the Road Jack. It's Speediness kept to task by Jamie Rodriguez, holding sway in the John B. Campbell Stakes. Speediness just holding the win.
Speediness living up to that name, just going out to the front where he likes to be, and Speed was holding, but they weren't catching him either way.
Nah, he's just a really cool horse, and Jamie's done a great job with him, and Jamie might be getting a little run on this show as we get along here. He had some year again, and Speediness is one of the cool horses in the park.
Yeah, Speediness, and Parx getting the 1-2 there with Awfully Cool, chasing Speediness the whole time. He gave a valiant effort for a second, but Speediness getting the win in the John B. Campbell.
Indeed, the Parx Exacta at Laurel. You gotta
we
love
like a Parx Exacta. Well, we have more from our awards banquets, more trophies to give out. Let's go to our older females. Here's the finalists.
The finalists for Older Female Horse of the Year are Confirmed Star, Ambitiously Placed, Morning Matcha.
Older female is Confirmed Star.
I haven't had this much exercise in weeks. But again, thanks everybody. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
And the Butchery Barn takes home another trophy. Confirmed Star, congratulations. Cash is King, LC Racing. And look forward to her. She's here at the track. She'll be making a start soon.
Yeah, look, 13 starts last year. Dani, 5 wins, 4 seconds, almost $250,000 in earnings.
Pretty cool, if you ask me. Well, let's go to the older males, and what a category it was. Here's our finalists and our winner.
The finalists for Older Male Horse of the Year are Counter Spy, Divine Miracle, Spike Zone.
And the winner is Spike Zone.
Appreciate it. It's a nice horse. I've been doing this for 25 years and had a lot of horses, but this guy here overcame like 3 knee surgeries and a lot, so he's a good one. And we got to go next week to the National HBPA. He got Claiming Horse of the Year in Tampa, so we got a function like this next week. But thank you very much.
Spike Zone, what a cool horse. I mean, not only did he win all those races last year, I think it was like 11, he won the stakes race here. He just has speed that is unmatched and just a really competitive spirit.
No question, and it really is going to come down, in my opinion, to Spike Zone and Irish Maxima for Horse of the Year, which we'll get to in a little bit, but 11 wins and 14 starts, that's crazy.
That's impressive, and all the different racetracks. He doesn't care what surface he runs on. He loves his job, and Jamie and his team have done a phenomenal job with him.
Yeah, we're talking Tampa Bay, we're talking Delaware, we're talking Parx and Laurel. He won it all for.
He certainly did. Congratulations to him and his connections. Well, it's time for us to take a break. When we come back, we're going to go on the Kentucky Derby Trail to Sunland Park and the Fairgrounds. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Magnitude dictates the dozen. It's Magnitude in front.
The question a lot of people are asking themselves these days is, do I buy new or do I buy pre-owned? Here's what I'll tell you. New car inventories are still low and new car prices are still high. However, with the certified pre-owned Nissan at Chapman Nissan, we have a huge selection and you can save thousands over new. Plus a 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, roadside assistance, 1-year prepaid maintenance, and so much more. And not for nothing. Can you really tell the difference? I can't.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parx Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parx is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. It is that time of year, Kentucky Derby point season, and we're going to kick it off at the Fairgrounds. It's the Grade 2 Risen Star 3-year-olds going a mile and an eighth, $500,000 in East Avenue. The very promising 3-year-old for the Brendan Walsh barn is our favorite.
Yeah, he was the favorite in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, Danny. Remember, he missed the break, so it's kind of, you put a line through it. His 2 races prior to that were really good. The question for him is, what happens if he doesn't make the lead?
Yeah, well, we'll see here in a second. And Bill, second choice here for Wayne Catalano.
Yeah, but Wayne Catalano with a good 3-year-old and built.
Well, here it is. It's the Calder Risen Star.
Magnitude dictates the dozen. It's Magnitude in front. In the meantime, Tyler Gaffalione and East Avenue in the Godolphin Blue staying laser focused on Magnitude for the run toward the half-mile pole. To the inside is American Promise, Vassimo in between horses. Then on the outside is Rendered Judgment. Toward the inside looking to gain Chunk of Gold, and Giacoso is 6 lengths off this leader. Then Septarian with Seattle Road, Rendered Judgment, Vamos Carlitos, and further back in the field, Jolly Samurai remains 12th. The half mile, 46.92 seconds for Magnitude. Coming toward the quarter pole as Built is building momentum now for Luis Saez, and East Avenue is running in third but under pressure. They straighten for home past the quarter pole. It's Magnitude. 3/4 in 1 minute 10.95 seconds. Magnitude coming down toward the final furlong. Holds a 3-4 length lead on Built. And then American Promise into third. Chunk of Gold is in fourth. East Avenue is well defeated here at the Fairgrounds today by Magnitude, who just keeps on rolling for Ben Curtis home. It's Magnitude. Magnitude at 43-1. Wire to wire in the Risen Star.
Magnitude, and Ben Curtis just letting him roll out there. He had a comfortable lead, and boy, he just did it ever so effortlessly for trainer Steve Asmussen.
43-1 over 43-1. East Avenue was no good at all. He just faded out of there. Magnitude, a 108 buyer, won by almost 10 lengths, and you're thinking this could be a real, maybe Steve is finally going to get his first Derby. He announced the next day, bone chip, left ankle, surgery a couple days ago with Dr. Bramlage in Kentucky. So Steve Asmussen, the winningest trainer in history, is still 0 for the Derby. And as I said to you the other day, Danny, if Epicenter couldn't beat Rich Strike, you wonder if Steve is ever going to win this thing.
And I was even thinking the same connections, Winchell Thoroughbred.
Yeah, sure.
Look, an ankle is a good prognosis to come back. It's better than a knee, so hopefully we'll see him back later at this top form.
But no Derby.
So
off the Derby trail.
Oh, he was something special too. Well, let's go to New Mexico. It's Sunland Park. It's the Sunland Park Derby, $400,000. A mile and 16, 3-year-olds, and Bob Baffert sends Getaway Car there.
Yeah, I bet on Getaway Car in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile at 28-1, and only did I find out later that he was not meant to be on the lead that day, that Bob had decided that Citizen Bull was going to get loose on the lead, and J.J. Hernandez took one for the team, and Bob said to me, he said, why didn't you call me? I said, yeah, I probably should have called you to find out. But anyway, Getaway Car ran well that day. He's run well in every race he's been in. Now he's in a situation where he looks like he's going to be loose on the lead.
Well, what about Touchy? Wesley Wardson in a horse to Sunland Park, second choice.
Wesley Ward. I always like Wesley Ward at 2-1. He ran at Turfway, ran a good second. So, yeah, why not Wesley Ward?
Taking a shot, trying to get some Kentucky Derby points. Here it is, the call to Sunland Park Derby.
Getaway Car has set the tempo throughout and it leads by 2. Here comes a strong, good-looking move from Caldera. Caldera means business, and he's bearing down on Getaway Car. Caldera looks to have his measure. Caldera with a sweeping move. Getaway Car's going to have to find something more and find it quickly. Touchy is third, straightening away into the long Sunland Park stretch. It is Caldera for D. Wayne Lucas leading a neck, fighting back. Getaway Car will not give up. Getaway Car vigilant on the inside. Getaway Car coming back. Getaway Car, Caldera, throw down in an awesome finish.
What a finish. A 2-horse race with 2 legends.
Yeah, indeed. Baffert, Lucas, I mean, can you ask for any more than that? And man, I really couldn't call it until the finish, and it's like, whoa, Getaway Car came back to win it.
Yeah, his regular rider, Juan Hernandez, out there, and boy, did they put on a show for the Sunland Park fans.
Yes, they did, and it'd be interesting to see where Bob puts these horses, because he's got so many of them, and there's only so many of these prep races. We'll see where Getaway Car runs next.
Yeah, you knew he was coming to the Derby with some redemption this year.
He's coming, and he's coming loaded. Look out for Mr. Baffert.
Well, no jockey and trainer this week because there was no racing due to weather at Parx Racing, but we have a turning for home family photo to share with you. Mr. Doda closed the gates on his racing career last January with 4 wins, earnings just shy of $122,000, and he's making the most of his retirement ever since. This athletic gelding embraced life beyond the track, and you see him now doing all kinds of new stuff, and he loves the slower pace of life. He lives in Maryland with his adopter, Desi.
Excellent.
Thanks to Ears and Gears, our partner farm, for finding Mr. Doda this wonderful home. Well, speaking of Turning for Home,
yes.
Turning for Home had a spotlight shined on it at our banquet. Here's Danielle Montgomery.
Last year was a record-breaking year. 334 horses entered our program, plus probably a myriad of other horses that were a safety net for. And that means that they're not going to end up in the wrong hands. And that's a lot of lives changed and a lot of futures secured because of your support and the dedication of our partner farms and the horsemen who trust us with their horses. But again, none of this would be possible without the support of you, our horsemen, the owners, the jockeys who contribute with each race, Parx management, the PTHA, including Bob Hutt, Jeff Maddie, our Turning for Home committee, our veterinarians, some of them are here, our shippers, our volunteers, every single person in this room, you make Turning for Home possible.
All right, awesome to hear from Danielle. It's time for more awards banquet. It's time for our Claiming Horse of the Year. This is a beloved category here at Parx because our claim box is always very busy. And here's our finalists.
The finalists for Claiming Horse of the Year are Adelique, Ambitiously Placed, Harp's Hot Corner.
And the winner is Ambitiously Placed.
ambitiously placed, so deserving. Congratulations to her. Connections, Mike Pino, Tony Como. They had her for most of her wins. We actually had her for one of those second place finishes, and she's all heart, all racehorse, and she's actually going to the breeding shed.
Ah, very nice. So she's retired. What a career she had. 14 wins, almost 300,000. No, that's just at Parx. Think about it.
I know.
Eight wins here last year at Parx. What a career.
And her owner, Tony Como, is involved with 2 stallions, Capo Cane and Hopeful Treasure. So maybe she'll have a date with one of those perhaps.
Well, there you go. One almost 400,000 in her career.
Pretty cool. Well, now it's time for our Trainer of the Year, and we know Jamie Ness was our leading trainer,
Yes.
but this is a voted on category, and so much embodies the Trainer of the Year, just their competitive spirit, their sportsmanship, all kinds of things. And here's the 4 finalists.
The finalists for Trainer of the Year are Felissa Dunn, Jamie Ness, Michael Moore, Tyler Service.
This is one of our biggest honors, Trainer of the Year. It's not just based on statistics. There's a lot that goes into this. Personally, on behalf of myself, Rich, PTHA, and Parx, this year's Trainer of the Year goes to Jamie Ness.
Appreciate it. Everybody who voted. As trainers, there's a lot of good trainers at Parx, and I feel blessed to be a part of that family, and I think we all look out for each other, and everybody's kind of at the end of the day cheering for everybody on. So thank you very much.
And just a deserving winner in Jamie Ness, because we always talk about his infrastructure and how he has all these teams going. Just to keep all these different barns and all these different tracks going, that's so much work and a testament to his team.
Yeah, for the sports analogy, it's not just necessarily about numbers, it's basically your MVP.
Yes.
And this year, everybody decided, the voters did, in addition to Jamie, obviously dominated statistically, that he was the most valuable trainer here in 2024.
Yeah, what a great way to put it,
There you
and
go.
I totally agree. Well, congratulations to all of our finalists, and congratulations to Jamie. All right, it's time for Best of the Rest. We're going back to the fairgrounds. The grade 2, Rachel Alexander. This is 3-year-old fillies going a mile and 16th. It's a small but compact field, and Go Well's Delight showing the way.
Yeah, she's out there on the lead at 6-1, but good cheer. 1-20 for Brad Cox, who has 3-year-old fillies all over the place. Good cheer is going to win this thing by over 6 lengths at the wire.
Well, and she really opened up with Luis Saez at the end with just a commanding win. Well, we're going to stay at the fairgrounds. This is the grade 3 Mineshaft. He was one of my favorite horses. This is for our older horse division, going a mile and 16th, $250,000. A really solid field here, but Maycox Bay sets the pace under a snug hold.
Yeah, at 15-1, Ben Curtis, can he do it again? Going to go all the way? Not this time. Hall of Fame, the 4 by Gunrunner. Speaking of Hall of Famers, Steve Esseman's Hall of Fame horse. Hall of Fame's going to get up right at the end, buy ahead, get 100 buyer. Steve had a pretty good day for himself.
He did, and Jose Ortiz just waiting to go by. The Japanese horse had a really bold move there,
Yes, he
but
did.
not enough for Hall of Fame. All right, well, it's time for our break, and when we come back, we have so much more for you. We're going to get to our Horse of the Year, our big award. We're going to have Parx picks on the other side.
This is Parx.
This is how you roll, this is how it goes. This is how you pop, this is how you rock. Take a chance, do a dance, little romance. This is how you. This is how you excite, this is how you all night. 360 hit me, now we're going all in. I can feel it calling, the crowd, the light, the night, the sights, the vibe is right. This is how you. This is
Parx, Pennsylvania's #1 casino experience. This is how you win.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here on Let's Go Racing. It's time for Parx Picks. We're taking a look at Monday's 10th race. This is a full field of really competitive horses that like to win. I'm going to go with a horse that I just feel gives his all every time. This is a horse I really like, Runny On-esque. 6.5 furlongs. He's always right there. He's really consistent. Andy Hernandez is getting to know this horse, and I think Monday will be his day.
Well, there you go. I'm going with Roan Burgundy, first off the claim for Top Notch. By the way, for the people that don't know, this is a half to Uncle Heavy, the great Uncle Heavy. Roan Burgundy for me.
That's pretty cool. That horse likes to win, too. Good picks here. Well, now it's time for our individual awards from our Horsemen's Awards Banquet. These are our statistical winners that were leaders in their category in 2024. Let's start with our leading owner, Top Notch Racing. Congratulations, Marty Shaw. Our leading trainer, Jamie Ness, another outstanding year for him. Leading trainer with under 21 stalls, so a little bit of a smaller barn, Elias Tapsis. Leading apprentice jockey, Francisco Martinez, who had an unbelievable breakout year. Our leading jockey, who stood up to his title again, Michael Sanchez, congratulations. And our winningest horse, Ambitiously Placed. She had 8 wins here at Parx last year. Very impressive.
Absolutely.
Well, now it's time for our big award, Horse of the Year. Do you have any ideas?
Hey, I voted for Irish Maxima, and I wasn't sure I was getting it right. It was between Irish Maxima and Spike Zone for me. Who won it, Danny?
Well, I voted for Spike Zone, but here is our finalist for Horse of the Year.
And now, the finalists for the 2024 Horse of the Year are 2-year-old female Horse of the Year, Honorable Win. 2-year-old male Horse of the Year, Global Steve. 3-year-old female Horse of the Year, Irish Maxima. 3-year-old male Horse of the Year, Maximus Meridius. Older female Horse of the Year, Confirmed Star. Older male Horse of the Year, Spike Zone. Claiming Horse of the Year, Ambitiously Placed.
And the winner is? I'd like to say I'm surprised, but I'm not really surprised. Bob, would you do the honors?
I'd be happy to. None of the above? Oh, I'm sorry. And the winner is Spike Zone.
Jamie, you're capping off a sensational year, but Spike Zone took top honors. What a cool horse, 11 wins. That's just remarkable. Tell us about this amazing horse.
You know, it was a little surprising. I thought there were some maybe more deserving candidates, but I think maybe his overall record, win 11 races this year and getting, claiming Horse of the Year, the National HPPA, and being stabled here. Maybe that put him over the top, but, he's a deserving horse. I was a little bit shocked, but I'm glad for him, and I hope we can. He's going to have a good year this year again, I hope. So maybe we can do it again.
Oh, congratulations, Spike Zone, and to all the connections. How exciting and what a horse they have. It was a great night for all.
It really was, and I caught up with Jamie on Monday up at the Poconos. He had his family up there, and we had a nice long talk about the history of Spike Zone. When they bought him originally as a yearling, he had a number of knee surgeries, so check out letsgoracingparks.com for the backstory on the 2024 Horse of the Year.
And what a journey he's had. And what about Island Racing? Anything we should look out for this weekend?
Yeah, check out Laurel again. See if the Parx horses can do as well as they did last week. Race 7 at Laurel today, the Wide Country, our Daydreaming Girl for our man Lou Linder, and the race right after that, the Miracle Wood. Remember Crab Daddy, who ran so well up here? Not a Parx horse, but a PA bred. Keep an eye on him. And tomorrow, because of the weather, they moved the Rebel at Oaklawn Park to tomorrow. Big 3-year-old prep race, and of course the Rebel is the race that Smarty Jones made famous.
It certainly is. Congratulations to him for getting on the Hall of Fame ballot. Well, that wraps it up for us. Come out and watch us. We're racing Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thanks for watching, Dick and I, and we'll see you next time on Let's Go Racing.
Off and racing in the Bet Parx Pennsylvania Derby in a flawless beginning, and seize the gray. He's going to seize the day in the Pennsylvania Derby. Here comes Torpedo Anna, a 16th left to go. Torpedo Anna, the Grizzly has the heart of a lion. Torpedo Anna gets the win, a narrow victory in the cotillion.